Morning all. Today we are going to start introduction to capacitors. So what exactly capacitor to understand in a better manner, right? So capacitor, if you take capacitor, many times we need large amount of electric energy at once. So large energy we require large electrical energy is required. Electrical energy required. But sometimes we require a large electrical energy is required at once. For example, let us take if this purpose is done by battery. So what exactly battery will do? Battery, right? Battery if I take, what exactly battery will do? Let us see. Fine. Here battery converts chemical energy. So it will converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Chemical to electrical energy. Electrical energy. But it does not provide all energy at once. So we don't have all energy. Total energy at once it cannot produce. So total energy cannot produce at once. It cannot produce at once. Fine. Now there is a necessity. There is a necessity to produce a large electrical energy at once. In electrical appliances like a fan, if you take, cooler, if you take, or flashlights, if you take, we need a sudden huge amount of current is required to start up the motion. So large energy is required, large electrical energy required to start up the electronic gadgets. We can say like what I can say, fan, cooler, right? Fan, cooler, okay, cooler. And if you can take flashlights, camera flashlight, right? Like this. So to give a large amount of electrical energy, we require a device which is called now capacitor. Will be calling. Fine. So capacitor job will be done. This type of total energy at once can be supplied by the capacitor. So the necessity is developed because battery cannot satisfy this particular condition. Battery will give only chemical energy to electrical energy, and it cannot give the total energy at once, right? And most of the electrical devices require large electrical energy at a time. So large electrical energy to start up, like to what I can say, to overcome static friction also we can say. So overcome static friction. If I want to overcome static friction, right? To overcome static friction, we require a large amount of current at once. Also, these applications don't need such current or energy forever. So forever it is not required. So starting it is required. After that normal current is required it is sufficient to run the fan or tube light or coolers, whatever. But initially to start up, a large amount of energy is required. Fine. For example, if I take a camera flashlight, it requires 25 amps to almost 50 amps of current at a time. It has to give out to us, right? So to provide such huge electrical energy, suddenly capacitors are used. So what is the meaning of capacitor? Now capacitor is a device which stores the electrical energy. So capacitor is nothing but a device which stores capacitor is a device, right? It's a device. Capacitor is a device. What it will do, it will store electrical energy. So large electrical energy, or we can say that the capacitor stores electrical energy, storing electrical energy. Hope it is clear till this point. Okay, and it will supply it at once. Once it will supply, that's all. So it will supply at a time. Supply at once. Right? So now if you take it stores the electrical energy or store electrical charge also, we can say this is nothing but energy or charge. A device which stores the electrical energy as a charge is called a capacitor. Most of the capacitors is a conductor which stores the electrical. Even capacitors are nothing, most of them are conductors. Most of them are what? Conductors, right? Or we can say that what is the capacitance? What is the meaning of capacitance? So if I take capacitance, capacitance, capacitance is nothing but ability. What we say it as ability or capacity of a conductor to store or hold the charge. So it is a capacity. What we can say, capacity of a device. It's nothing but capacity. So hope it is clear till this point, right? Now capacitance is nothing but the capacity to hold the charge. Capacity or a conductor which stores electrical energy or charge which will supply at once. Fine. So why we require this one? Because to overcome static friction and some of the devices which require a large electrical energy to start up. Fine. Large electrical energy means normally 25 amps to 50 amps of current at a time it is required to supply, right? So this type of things, this type of job can be done by this capacitor. Fine. Okay. Now, if I take in a capacitor, I think you can see here. Can you tell me what is this figure? Can you figure out this one? What is this? Anybody? बोल सकते हैं क्या? What is that? It is called now condenser. It's nothing but condenser or choke coil. Will be calling condenser. Condenser in tube lights. I think in tube lights which will be used like a starter, right? So tube lights you just see in tube lights olden like 2-3 years or 5 years 6 years back tube lights if you take. So we can have that type of condensers, right? Here fine, if you, that is called starter. If your tube light is not on, then if you want to start it, so what you'll do, they will try to adjust that condenser so that it will start on. That means what it will do when it is on, it is suddenly gives the energy to the tube light, so that that means large energy at once it will give, so that it will be started. So hope this is also now capacitor, right? It is a capacitor which is called condenser, will be calling, right? Is it clear, all of you? Yes. Till here, any doubts? Let me know. Then we'll proceed. You can take a screen. So here it is a condenser. You can see this is nothing but a condenser. Fine, all of you, condenser, which will stores the large amount of energy, and suddenly it will supply, so that it will start, tube light will be started. If it is not starting, means there is a problem with this condenser. Next, if you take types of capacitors, you can see the types of capacitors, many types are there. So these are all called capacitors only. Hope you're able to identify any electronic gadgets, electrical devices. You can see these all things, right? So we have different types of capacitor: titanium, aluminum, ceramic, okay, trimmer, thin film type. Hope it is clear to all, right? Next, even you can see here this type of also the capacitors. You're able to see here the cylindrical capacitors will be there. Here it is nothing but a spherical capacitor. Yes, spherical capacitors, cylindrical capacitors. Okay, fine. Now types of capacitors. Now normally what we came to know is a capacitor is nothing but a device which stores the electrical energy or electrical charge. Is it clear? It is a device which stores the electrical energy or electrical charge. So we'll discuss in detail about it, but one should know how it will look. So see live. These are what capacitors. Until unless a student don't know what is type of, what is the capacitor, how it looks like. Okay, the image you will not frame in your mind, right? So here many types of their cylindrical capacitors are there. So here these are what spherical. I can take this is cylindrical capacitor, right? Cylindrical capacitors. This is spherical capacitors, right? Spherical capacitors. Oh, it is clear. Next, one more type of capacitor we have, right? Here you can see this is called parallel plate capacitor. Means it will have two plates. So parallel plate capacitor. What do you call here? This is parallel plate capacitor. It's called now parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate. This clear? This is parallel plate capacitor. Even this is also parallel plate capacitor, but the shape of the plates are different. Both are parallel plate. They are straight. Here it is nothing but circular type of capacitor. Circular capacitor which are separated by certain distance. Hope it is clear, this one, right? All of you? Yes? Okay. Now let us start, all of you, from here onwards. Is it clear, all of you? Any doubts till this point? Let me know. Yes? Is it clear? All of you, let me know. Yes? No? Boliye? Of capacitors. Hope it is clearly you are able to visible this one. Next, you can see here some more types of capacitors. We can find spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor, parallel plate capacitors, right? Next to parallel plate capacitor, it looks like this. This is a parallel plate capacitor, right? Parallel plate, two plates will be there, and this one will be right. See, first capacitance is nothing but capacity or the ability to hold the charge. So let me take one shape. Why I'm taking this irregular shape? Because we have a different shapes of capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor is the cylindrical, spherical capacitor. Just I took one shape in which I want to give some charge to it, electrical charge. So whenever charge, you are bringing charge from somewhere, from infinity to the given point, then there will be a potential at this particular point. That means capacitance of a capacitor is defined as a charge per, it is defined as the ratio of charge to potential. So this is nothing but capacitance, right? What is capacitance means Q by V. Q is nothing but charge per potential. Now let me take if I'm trying to increase the charge, what happens? If I'm trying to increase the charge, definitely when I'm trying to increase the charge, what happens to potential? Potential should see from this equation, potential, if it decreases, then capacitance can increases, right? If I'm trying to give charge to this one, charge to this particular shape, potential should be less. Potential should be less means what is the meaning of potential? Potential is nothing but work done to bring a charge from infinity to the given point. That means I should do less work to give more number of charges in this particular surface, so that Q should be greater. Only possible that potential is less, then capacitance can be increased. So till here everything is clear. All of you, let me know. See, if I'm trying to give the charge in real situation, what happens? Let us see. When I'm let me consider one spherical shaped one, a spherical shaped capacitor. I'll take fine. So I'm trying to give some charges to it. Let us consider that I'm giving some charges to it. When I give charges to it, what happens? Okay, charges are increasing, right? Charge dense, potential also increases. So your V is directly proportional to Q. So V is directly proportional. Actual scenario, what happens in this one? V proportional to Q. That means potential charge is increasing, potential also increases. So we have to do more work. So when V increases, so we have to do more work to be done, more work to be done. Then how to do it as? Okay. So work done is nothing but dW is equal to small work done. If I take V into dQ, am I right? It's nothing but V into a dQ. Then what we have to do, potential should be decreased and charge should be increased. So that is the principle of capacitor. We have to decrease the potential and increase the charge, right? अगर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा charge दे दो तो potential, what we have to do, we have to decrease the potential. Okay, so hope it is clear now. Of you see what happens even still if you go beyond this one. Let me take here, if I take charges, these are the charges on the spherical capacitors, then what happens? Let us see. When I take a spherical capacitor, electric field strong. So when charge is becoming dense, density of charge or charge is dense. Okay, charge is dense. Dense means its density increases. What happens? Potential and electric field. So E also becomes increases. E will becomes increases and V also increases. Nearby the charges E will increases, V will increases, right? So what happens when it is increasing, charges are increasing, one loss will be appeared. What is that loss? Is called corona. Corona means you are afraid of corona, right? Now corona, okay. Corona discharge, we'll be calling it as corona discharge. So some of the charge is lost by corona discharge. So this is the diagram for corona discharge. So exactly corona discharge looks like this. Some waves are coming out from a solid ball here like this. This is nothing but solid. So these are the waves like this one. So it is happening in the air. Fine. Fine. Corona discharge. Now, what is corona discharge? Let us go with this one. What is corona discharge means? If I take that means some loss of charge will be there due to some corona discharge. Now, if I take these are the charges given to a conductor. Then here, if I take some air molecule, it's nothing but air. So air get polarized here. That is here negative charge and a positive charge. Right? Polarization means separating of charges here. So here negative charge and positive charge. So this negative charge and positive charge will get attract and some what we can say blinking type okay illumination can be observed. This type of discharge of the charge is called what? Corona discharge will be called. Corona discharge. Hope it is clear till this point. Corona discharge will be called. Right, all of you. Yes, the what is the formula for now capacitance? We have to give capacitance C is equals to Q divided by V. So at a low potential, we have to give more charge so that capacitance can be increased. Q by V. Is it clear? All of you till here, any doubts? Let me know. Then I'll proceed. So when I take a spherical capacitor, then the charges will be scattered and not concentrated at a point due to corona discharge. So here, as the capacitor is placed in air, so I'm taking capacitor is placed in the air. The air particles are neutral. Normally, this is air particle is nothing but neutral. It's nothing but neutral, right? That means it has equal number of positive charges equals to negative charges. Equal number of positive and negative charges will be there. So the negative charge of air get attracted to the positive charge of the sphere. You can see here at this junction of the sphere, and the positive charges on the sphere becomes neutral by the negative charge of the air. So as this is coming in the form of a discharge, that is you can see the diagram actually, that is exactly called a corona discharge will be calling. Is it clear this one? Yes, yes, no, boliye. Yes, corona discharge. Spherical capacitor, this is nothing but a spherical capacitor in which what is happening. What is the drawback of a spherical capacitor? Number one, if I take a corona discharge, number one. Number two is the R is distributed from R to infinity. That is, energy is distributed from where energy is distributed from radius R to infinity is distributed. But what is the purpose of capacitor? Capacitor is nothing but a device which stores the charge. That means it should be a closed system, but it is becoming an open system. Okay. And one more thing is it is very less than 1 farad. Let us see how it is less than 1 farad. Is it clear till this point, all of you? Yes, no? Boliye ek bar, then we'll proceed. Anybody, any doubt till this point? Let me know, then I'll clear. Fine. So what we discussed, because this is introduction, so we should go very slowly. We have to move, or slowly we have to proceed. धीरे धीरे चलना पड़ेगा. Fine. So if you come to types of capacitors in intermediate level, we'll discuss first is parallel plate capacitor, second is spherical capacitors, and cylindrical capacitor. Only these three types of capacitors we will learn. In this one, first let me calculate the capacitance of a spherical capacitor. How to calculate capacitance of a spherical capacitor? Let me know. So here, when I take this is nothing but a spherical capacitor of radius r. Let me take radius r. So whenever if I take here, this is charges are there. Charges are distributed on the surface. Let me take. So charges are given to each. Okay. Now, can anybody tell here what is the potential due to the sphere? Anybody? Potential due to sphere inside or on the surface? Inside or on the surface? कोई है? K Q by R. Am I right? K Q by R. Right. So C is equal to, we know that capacitance Q divided by V, or simply I'll substitute C is equals to Q. Even this also we can take it as capital Q only. Let me take capital Q. This is charge distributed on this spherical capacitor is capital Q. C is equal to Q by V. Okay. Now Q by V, potential due to this spherical capacitor is V, K Q divided by R. K Q divided by R. These two will get a cancel. Now what I'm getting, C is equals to R by K. R by K. Yes, no, R by K. We know that K is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Yes or no? 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Now C is equals to K if I take, if it goes to numerator, 4 pi epsilon naught into R. Is it clear this one? This is nothing but the capacitance of a spherical capacitor. C is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught into R, where C is nothing but proportional to R, which is nothing but R is radius. Is it clear this one? Okay, an ideal capacitor should at least produce one farad. 1 farad it has to produce. So what is the unit of capacitance? Now C is equals to Q by V. So here we can represent this is coulomb per volts, or simply we'll be giving, we don't represent by coulomb per volt because it is very small unit. We'll be representing with microfarad, right? Microfarad or millifarad or picofarad or nanofarad. Okay, millifarad, microfarad, nanofarad or picofarad. So millifarad means 10 to the power of -3 farads, microfarad means 10 to the power of -6 farads, nanofarad means 10 to the power of -9 farad, picofarad means 10 to the power of -12 farads, like this. This is the unit for that. That means at least 1 farad we should get from a capacitor. If I consider Earth has a big sphere, okay, Earth. So let us calculate. So now what is the formula we got for a spherical capacitor? C is equal to capacitance of spherical capacitor. C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R, or C is proportional to C proportional to C proportional to R. Is it clear this one? C proportional to R. C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R. C proportional to R. So where R is the radius, we can say R is radius. Now let me consider Earth this one, right? Fine. There is nothing but Earth. If I take R is the radius, R is radius, right? R is nothing but radius. Radius of the. Do you know what is the radius of the Earth? So this is capacitor. Earth is considered to be capacitor. Can it produce 1 farad or not? Let us see. If Earth is a capacitor, right? Can it produces 1 farad of capacitance or not? Let us see here, right? C equals to, we know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught value is how much? 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Am I right? Yes or no? How much you are getting? 1 by 4 plus 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Is it fine? Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay, now C is equals to, this is 1 by, what I'll get? 1 by 9 into 10 to the power of 9, because 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 4 pi epsilon means 1 by 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into radius of the Earth. Can you guess, anybody? Radius of the Earth is how much? Radius of the Earth 6400 kilometers. 6400 kilometers, 10 to the power of 3. Or simply now I can write here. Now C is equals to 6400 kilometers, 10 to the power of here 10 to the power of 5 divided by 9 into 10 to the power of 9, which I can write now 64 divided by, कोई बोल सकते हैं क्या कितना? What is the answer for this question? 64 divided by 9 into 10 to the power of -9 into 10 to the power of 5. अब कितना आ रहा देखो, how much we are getting here? 64 divided by 9 into 10 to the power of -9 and 5. If you take it as minus कितना होता? 4 हो जाता, right? -4. Hope it is clear. Now can you tell me 64 by 9 कितना होता? 64 by 9, 7.1. Okay, 7.1. Also, approximately we can take it as 7. 7 into 10 to the power of -4. That means I am getting a 0.0007. I'm getting farads. That means Earth, that much big sphere, even though it is not able to produce even 1 farad, it is able to produce only 0.007 farad. Hope you got this point, everybody. Right? Yes, no, boliye. This is nothing but 6400 kilometers. Yes, everybody. All of you. Yes. Oh, is it? Now let us go with this drawbacks of spherical capacitors. So what we learn here? First thing, spherical capacitor. What is the formula for capacitance? So capacitance is nothing but C is equals to Q by V, right? C equals to Q by V. So Q is the charge, V is the potential, C is called capacitance or ability to hold the charge. Next, I already discussed here a battery, okay, converts chemical in a chemical to electrical energy, or it cannot supply total energy at once. If I take a condenser, which is there in tube lights, you can see here. So it will stores the electrical charge, and it will gives at a time when we switch on the tube lights. Then it will stores maximum of 25 amps to 50 amps. That is the job of this particular condenser. When we switch on, immediately it will gives the inputs of maximum electric currents. Then after that, normal current is sufficient to run that particular device. So you can see condenser, condenser and capacitor be considered. Yeah, condenser or capacitor both will be same. So we can consider condenser or capacitor both are same. So capacitor is a device which stores the electrical energy or electrical charge. Here it is storing electrical energy. It is stored. Fine. Next, our ability to hold the charge. So when I take some particular shape of it, that if I'm trying to give charge to it, in actual scenario, what happens if I give the charge to it, potential also increases. So potential and charge increases after some time, we require more work to give the charge to it. See, dW is equals to V into dQ. So more work, more potential. So more potential means more work to be done. So when I take a spherical capacitor, when I'm trying to increase the charge on it. So what is happening? Electric field at the dense part, it is increasing, and the potential is also increasing, right? Now, what exactly capacitance? We have to give the charges at a low potential. That is the principle of capacitor. C is equals to Q by V will be saying. Now, when I take a spherical capacitor, charges are outside. Charges are outside. Here, there is a drawback of the spherical capacitor that we discussed about corona discharge, right? It is nothing but air molecules, whichever outside is there, due to which some discharge of energy will takes place due to air molecules. Air molecules undergoes polarization. Due to the polarization, right? We'll be getting some discharge. So there is a loss of energy. First loss of energy of a spherical capacitor is that particular type of discharge, right? Next type of disadvantages as we move. Here I am showing drawbacks of spherical capacitor. Energy is distributed from R to infinity. If I take here R to infinity, as I'm going away from it, R to infinity. So energy is gradually decreasing, energy of it. Fine. Next, energy is distributed from R to infinity, but we want a closed system. There's nothing but inside energy we require. So it is not happening. And even outside charges, there is a discharge taking place due to polarization of air. Okay, so this is nothing but we are calling it as corona discharge basic. Okay, next, capacitance of a spherical capacitor less than 1 farad. Less than 1 farad, just now I shown here. Now, if I take a radius of the earth is 6400 kilometers, and how to derive capacitance of a spherical capacitor, just I took a spherical capacitor. The potential of the spherical capacitor is kq by r, right? Spherical capacitor is nothing but kq by r. C is equal to q by v. Simply I am substituting a potential of it kq by r. QQ will get cancelled. K, we know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Simply you're substituting. We're getting capacitance of a spherical capacitor. So already I've shown there's nothing but parallel plate capacitor diagram. These two are parallel plate capacitors only. The shape of the plates are different in both the cases, right? If I take only one single uh, capacitor, this is only one sheet. If I take two, it won't happens like that. Let us discuss that also in coming classes, right? Now C is directly proportional to R. It is measured in farads, and it is practically it is very small units, so that it is measured in millifarads or microfarads or nanofarads or picofarads. These are the particular units of right, particular units of capacitors. So unit, if I take this C by volts, but C by volt we don't say, it's nothing but simply farad will be saying. It's nothing but farad, right? Now capacitance of a spherical capacitor C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into R. It is directly proportional to R. So we know that C, just I'm substituting here. If I substitute here, I'm getting final capacitance of earth is 0.007 Faraday. So it is less than 1 farad. It is very clear. Fine. This is what we discussed till now. So if you have any doubts, let me know. Hope it is clear to all. clarity here, all of you. See, if I take earth as a capacitor, so earth as a capacitor, potential of it is zero. Obviously, it is zero. But if I take the same size of the capacitor, whose radius is r is equal to 6400 kilometers, even though I am getting less than 1 farad. Is it clear that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is what we can say that even if you construct a spherical capacitor which is equivalent to the radius of the sphere, even though we are getting less than 1 farad. So this is what very important. So there is no advantage of spherical capacitor. So we have many types of capacitors are there. Parallel plate capacitor is there, spherical capacitor is there, right? Cylindrical capacitors are there. Why we started with this spherical capacitor? Because if you construct a very big size which is equivalent to the radius of the earth, even though there is no use because it is producing less than 1 farad, so we have to go for alternates. Okay, just I took earth as an example because we can construct a spherical shape of radius how much, 6400. Okay, we are when I'm taking earth means it is similar to that one, similar model. As a potential, if I'm taking, it is a different one, right? Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm taking an example. If I want to construct, if radius is 1 meter, 1 meter of radius of a spherical, so how much? See, let me take here one. Say, let us imagine here the capacitance of this capacitor is 1 microfarad. Let us take it as 1 farad. Let me take it as 1 farad. What would be the radius of it? Let us take what would be the radius of it. Now, C is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught into R, right? If I want only 1 farad of capacitance, so what I can write here now, 1 is equals to 4 pi is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into radius r. That means r is equals to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 meters. Hope it is clear. That means it should be greater than the radius of the earth. Yes or no? So radius of the earth is how much? R is equal to 6400, that is 10 to the power of 5 meters only. This is, so radius of the earth is 64 into 10 to the power of 5 meters. If I take C is equal to 1 farad. So C is equal to 1 farad is a practically large unit. It is becoming now large unit, so that you want to you want to make it when practically it is a large unit. So that's the reason we are expressing that into very small millifarad or microfarad, okay, picofarad or a nanofarad. So it is very difficult to produce what? 1 farad. 1 farad means we require radius is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 meters. So we don't go with the maximum uses of this particular spherical capacitor. Hope it is clear. This is what of capacitance of spherical capacitor is depends on medium. It depends on radius, even depends on what medium, which is nothing but here air, right? It is clear. So thank you all of you. Bye everybody, and see you tomorrow, same time, right? So we'll start tomorrow with energy stored in a capacitor. Bye, all of you.